How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today is that time of season where we've got to give our Premier League predictions for the upcoming 2021-22 season. A lot of you are going to get triggered by this video. I'll tell you that for free. Before we proceed any further, I am playing in Clash of Creators this Sunday amongst so many other YouTubers who I don't even know how my name's got mentioned in this conversation. I'll tell you what, I'll give you a big spoiler. Light Blues are going to win. In Rotashaw and Ollie Ball we trust. But in all seriousness, if you want to get your tickets, link me down in the description. I can't wait to play, can't wait for the day, and what an opportunity it is for me. So I can't wait for it. I'm absolutely gassed. Let's go on to the video. So like every year, we've got 20 teams we got to rank from 20th to 1st. Who's going to finish where this season? I do not know, but all I do know is I'm going to be predicting it and trying to guess it for this season. 150 likes would be greatly appreciated, and let's start off with 20th place. And I don't think many people are going to be a fan of this if you like the cycling GK. Yes, that is right. Watford are 20th place for me. I don't feel like they're going to do that well this season. I feel like they've just gone up, but I don't think they've got enough quality to stay in the division. I feel like they are bringing in a few signings. I know they've got Josh King on a permanent, but I just don't think... I don't see the quality really progressing for the Premier League, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people are going to say Watford for 20th. I'm going to put it that way. Watford are making a lot of signings, but no signings which are really screaming out to me saying that that's a quality signing, that's an absolute baller, etc. So Watford in 20th place is for me. In 19th place, I've got the yo-yo, or on my sense, the masking tape. Yeah, it's Norwich City. I don't know what I was doing. We see it every single time. Norwich get promoted, they get relegated. They get promoted, and then they get relegated. And I think it's going to be the same this year. They've sold Bendia to Aston Villa, and obviously they've made a few signings. Rashika, they've also signed someone else. Who else have they signed? They've signed Billy Gilmore alone, which is a quality player from Chelsea, so by all means it's going to bring that experience in the Premier League for Norwich, but I feel like they're going to go straight back down. But I wish Norwich all the best for the season, but that's where I think, because it happens every year, so why shouldn't I predict them in the bottom three? Let's put it that way. Earn your place in the Premier League this year. Let's see it from you, Norwich. So in 18th place, and the final team to go down in the bottom three is Crystal Palace. Now a lot of you are going to think this is really biased of me. It's absolute BS from me, but you know what? Hear me out, folks. Hear me out. So for God knows how long, Crystal Palace have had a defensive manager in Roy Hodgson, and have had a few others, but they've mainly been very defensive. But let's be honest here, folks. We all know teams who have gone from being very, very defensive to then very, very attacking, and it has not worked out for them whatsoever. And I feel like this is going to be a situation for Crystal Palace. It's going to be very challenging for Crystal Palace to go to a manager like Vieira, who's going to be a bit more attacking this year. I know they've made a few decent signings, I must admit, as much as it hates me to say, making that sign of Olise and I think Guy from Chelsea, I think it is. I can't lie, they are two quality signings who both played in the Championship. I think one for Swansea on loan and obviously one for Reading, and they're both quality. But we all know what happened when Crystal Palace wanted to change their manager to Frank de Boer, and it did not work out for him, where he got sacked in 3 months. I don't think Palace won a game under him. Yeah, let's face it, folks, I feel like this could be a similar situation, but you never know. Crystal Palace could have a very good season and it could benefit them as a club. I don't know. I'm trying to be as neutral as possible here, so Palace fans, please respect that, I hope. When would Palace fans ever respect me? In 17th place, in the team who I think is just going to be scraping relegation, and that's Southampton. I think they'll be just fine. They started last season off very well, but towards the end of the season and the middle of the season, they really did start to drop off, so I don't think they're going to do much this year. They're not making enough signings, not making any signs from what I've seen so far. Danny Ings could go, which could mean if he does go, this might change my prediction for them and Palace to swap and Palace to scrape relegation, and actually Southampton to be in that bottom three. It wouldn't surprise me, because I feel like Southampton over a few years are really hit and miss, no consistency whatsoever. So I have 17th place for Southampton in the Premier League. In 16th, it's newly promoted Brentford. A lot of neutral football fans really love the way Brentford play, and I am one of them. I really like the way they play. They really attack and they want to score goals, and that's what they did in the Championship, scoring so many goals, but also leaking a few goals in the defence. And I think that's where Brentford have got to obviously strengthen. And I think they did make a signing a few days ago from recording this video from a centre-back from Celtic, Ajar. I don't know how to say his name, but he's a centre-back from Celtic. I think that'll be a quality signing, but maybe one other signing in the defensive department, and that'll really bolster defensive options for Brentford. So 16th place for Brentford this season. In 15th place, we've got Burnley, and to keep this short and simple, we know what we're getting with Burnley, and they're never going to go down under Dyche, are they? So yeah, 15th for me. They're going to stay up, comfortable season. Bing, bang, bosh. In 14th place, we've got Wolverhampton Wanderers, and I don't know how this season for them is going to turn out. They've got rid of the goalkeeper. They might be getting rid of Moutinho, and I don't know how it's going to work with their new manager and Nuno going out. So if I'm being honest, I'm taking a potluck guess with this one, and Wolverhampton are going to be finishing 14th. It's a potluck guess, so if I get this right, then it's a fluke. I'll tell you that for free. In 13th place, we've got Newcastle United, and I think they're going to be just fine this season. I'm hopeful they're going to have a decent year after the end of the season they did have last year. I know Willock was a massive key and massive part of their success towards the end of the season and them staying in the division. But I feel like if they do sign Willock on a permanent, which is a very strong potential right now, then they'll be just fine, and I think they'll be 13th place, and I think that'll be a decent season for Newcastle. Now then, in 12th place, you're probably wondering, why haven't I mentioned Brighton right now? Well, I mentioned him now, alright. I feel like we're going to finish 12th place. Ambitious, I know, but a lot of people said we'll finish mid-table last year, and we didn't. So this year is the year we're finishing 12th, and hear me out. So first of all, let's bring in the stats quickly. So on XG last year, we would have finished in the Europa League. I think Europa League or Champions League, one of the two. It's quite high up if we had a clinical striker. If we had a striker who could score goals, we had a Harry Kane, no joke, we would be in Europa League right now, playing Europa League football. Ben White is about to join Arsenal for £50 million, and for someone who went from our academy to where he is now in the Premier League, is absolutely fantastic. So for him to leave for £50 million is a no-brainer for a club, because we need the money after COVID losses, and I think this is going to be fantastic. If we can reinvest some of that money into a striker, we could do very well this season. Basuma looks like he's staying at Brighton, and after Bavs 14 saying that, oh, his sources, oh, my sources, it's a done deal to Arsenal, I don't think it's going to Arsenal whatsoever, so I feel like we're good here. Basuma is staying with us for another season, and I've heard of a contract talk might be occurring behind the scenes at Brighton for Basuma, so if that happens, I'm going to be absolutely ecstatic. This is going to sound really weird to non-Brighton fans here, but we have signed a computer, and that is Mwepu, and Mwepu sounds like a quality player from Salzburg, and if he partners up with Basuma this year, then I can guarantee you it's an absolute cheat code for the midfield. I can tell you that for free. But overall, under Graham Potter's system, I really think we're going to have a good season if and this is the key word, if we sign a clinical striker. We are nowhere in the talks with Edouard, I've been seeing, and obviously Nketiah. I don't think Nketiah is going to happen whatsoever, but especially Edouard, there's a lot of links, and Sky Sports have been reporting that we could be lining up a move for him, which would be double decent, and hopefully can actually bag a few goals on like Neil Maupay. So overall, I feel like Brighton will have a good season, finish 12th, and then the season after, we'll just finish Europa League just for the shits and giggles, really. In 11th place, we've got Leeds United. We all know what we're getting with Leeds. Attacking energy, bags full of energy, may I just add, where they sprint the whole game, 90 minutes. I bet in pre-season right now, they're absolutely dying as I speak. So Leeds United in 11th place, I feel like that's justified in some sense, but they could finish a lot higher if they do get a few defensive backups for this season. In 10th place, I've gone with Aston Villa. Now, they've made a quality signing with Buendia, and I can't stress enough how much of a cheat code it is to have Buendia, Ollie Watkins, and Jack Grealish in the front three. That's a cheat code if you ask me. No words of a lie here, but what are the odds of Ollie Watkins getting the golden boot? Because the amount of chances he's going to get from Buendia and Jack Grealish, two world-class talents. I'm sorry, this could be a very good season for Aston Villa. If last season wasn't good for them, this season could be exceptional. So I've got a lot of high hopes for Aston Villa this season, and this is where I'm going to put a mid-table in 10th place. But they could finish a lot higher. In 9th place, I've gone West Ham United. Got a great bunch of players, and obviously going to be playing Europa League football this year. So I feel like that could drop them a few places where I would have predicted them around 7th place, maybe 6th place if they had a decent enough squad, made a few signings this year. But as I've got Europa League football to focus on this year, I feel like that could drop a few positions as their priority could be elsewhere. In 8th place, I've gone with Tottenham, and that one might seem a bit of a surprise to you, but for me, I feel like I feel like it's quite obvious to me, because I feel like Tottenham are on a real big downfall right now. I know Lamella's about to do a swap deal with some club in Spain, so I'm not sure how that's going to plan out. But let's say Harry Kane goes to Man City. What have Tottenham got? Seriously, what have Tottenham got if Harry Kane does leave? I don't know. They've got Vinicius, or has he gone back on loan? Honestly, Tottenham could be lost here. I really do worry for Tottenham this year, and it could even be below 8th. It could be even further. If Harry Kane does stay at Tottenham for the season, then okay, maybe they might finish a few places above 8th, but for now, I'm kind of basing it off Harry Kane leaving, and maybe 8th place is being a bit generous. They could finish 9th or 10th. In 7th place, I've gone with Everton. Now, I've got a manager in Rafa Benitez who should never be underestimated, and I think they're going to go on a special journey this year in the Premier League, and this is where I feel like, you know, under Benitez, Everton are going to have a great season with the squad they've got already. It could be double decent for them. In 6th place, I've gone with Arsenal, and the only reason I've gone with 6th place for them is the fact that they've only got the Premier League to focus on. Last year, they had the Europa League, but this year, they've just got the Premier League to focus on, where I feel like that could benefit them for a season. They're making a few quality signings, Ben White, Tavares, and Lokonga. They've made a few good signings, young signings, so you definitely know what Arteta wants to transition to. All they need to focus on is the Premier League game by game, every 38 games, and obviously the FA Cup and and Carabao Cup. They are the only games they need to focus on, so this could be a great season for Arsenal, but 6th place is the place I'm going to be giving them because the teams above them, they're going to be quality. In 5th place, we've gone with Leicester. I feel like they're going to bottle Champions League football again. They'll start the season off well. They're going to be in the Champions League places, but come the end of the season where players start to fatigue and the pressure really does get to them, where they've got to finish top 4, I feel like 5th place is where Leicester will finish this year, and it'll be a great season for them. Leicester City, you've got to see Leicester as a top 6 club now. They've won the Premier League and they've obviously gone in the Champions League. They've gone in Europa League now. Like, they're a big 6 club. If you're counting Tottenham and Arsenal to be in there, think again, folks. In 4th place, I've gone with a Manchester club. Yes, it's the red side. It's Manchester United, because if Man City sign Harry Kane, then it's another level. So in 4th place, Manchester United is where I'm going to be predicting them for this season. They're about to sign Sancho and they're about to sign Varane. 2 quality and world-class talents joining the red side of Manchester. The top 4 is so difficult to predict that I've just got to guess my way there. I'm going to put Man United in 4th place, because in 3rd place, this is where I've gone with Liverpool, and just having Van Dijk back, that leader back in defence, Gomez back, that dream duo partnership they had when they did win the Premier League. They've got them players back, but they need to make a few signings if they're going to be finishing 3rd place. Wijnaldum has obviously left Liverpool, and it's been a massive success for Liverpool over the last few years, so replacing him is going to be difficult, but they need to find out a replacement. But this year is going to be an absolutely corker of a season with the top 4, the signings they made, the players who are back. It's going to be quality, and I can't wait. There's 2 teams left, and only one can be a champion. And that team, who's going to be the champion of the 2021-22 season, again, is going to be Manchester City. Who can stop them? Who can realistically stop them? Imagine if they sign Grealish, and imagine if they sign Harry Kane. Imagine that. It's a cheat code. I know I've said that a lot already, but that is an absolute... You might as well give up now. But first of all, let's talk about Chelsea in 2nd place. Since Tuchel has come in charge, we have all seen the impact Chelsea have made in the Premier League so far. Not only has he made an impact, he's also beaten Manchester City already 3 times. In the Premier League he's beaten them, in a Champions League final he's beaten them, and in the FA Cup semi-final. All beating him 3-0 up for Tuchel. Chelsea have got money to spend, so I'm sure they'll get a defender, maybe a midfielder, and maybe an attacker, maybe like a centre-forward striker. So Chelsea have got money to spend, and they're only going to get better. And under Tuchel, it looks very promising. They play some great football. But on to the 2021-22 champions, in my opinion, are going to be Man City. To do it back-to-back is something special, but when you're signing Harry Kane, it should be a no-brainer, and I think everyone would back Man City to win the league this year if that was the case. This is the easiest decision of my life if Harry Kane does end up at Man City. Man City are going to win the league. There's like no point betting on Man City to win the league, because that's what everyone knows. They should win the league under the players they have. So Man City, for me, without a doubt, with the squad they've got, the manager they've got, the work rate, the mentality in that Man City squad, and especially under Pep Guardiola, giving out to the players, I'm sure Man City are going to win the league this year. And if Man City don't win the league, I'll be shocked. I'll be honestly shocked. Well then, folks, that is my Premier League predictions. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a like. Please comment down in the comment section what you think your Premier League predictions are. Who's going to win the league? Who's going to finish top 4? Who's going to finish Europa League spots? Where's Brighton going to finish? And who's going to get relegated in the 2021-22 season? Let me know in the comment section. I'd really appreciate that a lot. Get your tickets for Clash of Creators this Sunday, and I'll see you guys there. See you later, folks. Take it easy. Goodbye.